Welcome back, survivors. I'm the SurvivalVis, and we return to Dinosystem on Survival Isle version 5 now. And I actually have some tips for you guys to start off with from my past failures. Tip number 1, definitely start in spring. I tried starting in summer, and we had the island go through a drought, and I died from, well, technically from Tyrannosaurus, but also from lack of water. So that was one thing to let you guys know of, is to start in spring, and second, make a fire pit under a tree and use that as your base to begin. What you're seeing right now, these stone walls, there's only one reason why I got so lucky, and you can kind of see why I have them up so early because of this guy right here. When I started in on the island, I started, I think in the coast over here, and there was a gigantic herd of Triceratops all around this area here. I'd probably say close to a dozen of them. So I was able to get the dung to be able to make the stone walls very quickly. You will not get that lucky in quite a long time. So my advice would be, you're going to have to probably start with the wood walls, and it's going to take quite a time before you do that. So if I didn't have the Triceratops, my advice would have been to gather all the stones and try making a fire pit underneath a pine tree, a taxus tree, any tree you can. For two reasons. One, as you can see, it does get very cold. Actually, do I have branches? Okay, I do have branches in there, so I'll actually probably light a fire, just so I can sleep for the night. But that way you can light a fire to keep yourself warm and actually sleep properly through the night. And two... Wait, what was number 2? Give me a moment here. Yeah, you can have the fire lit through the night, and you don't have to worry about the weather because you're under shelter of the tree. I have thatch up and everything, so we're basically right at a good point where I was on the last episode. It's just this time we're going to be much better equipped for things. Though I do want to see... Actually, I think all I really was up to was making some more things like spears and that. Yeah, that's all I think I really have in store for now, because it's still pretty early, not even 5 a.m. So I'm just going to go about, make a few spears, get ourselves a little outfitted, and we're basically right back where I wanted to be at the start of the previous episode. So we'll put that spear right there, craft another one. We'll probably only use the 2. I don't think we need a third of those. But yeah, the shelter is all made. It's full stone walls and a wood door with thatch over top. It's only day 5, so that shows you how lucky I got because I could go collect all the dung I need for the stone walls and put it together in very little time at all. One thing, though, is that the Triceratops made a lot of nests with a lot of eggs around, so that also gave me a nice supply of food. The only problem with that, though, is they do not like anybody being around them. Okay, so we're just going to do that, close that up again. So I was constantly having to... Well, I shouldn't say having to, it's just a nice option to go have a Triceratops egg, eat that for some nice proteins, and then sprint away as much as I could, so that way they wouldn't exactly gore me to death for eating their children. And I don't know where they've gotten off to. Last I saw them, they've kind of oh yeah, I think they migrated up to this area here. There might be a few up over that way. And there's this one hanging around. Well, actually, we do got a couple still hanging around, so we do need to be careful of that. But you know what? With that going okay, I think we'll get a little more sleep, get the stamina all the way up, and then see what we want to do, because I'm basically at the point, I've got the shelter made, I've got all this stuff. I do have to try to find an ankylosaur. I was hoping we'd kind of keep one around us, but I guess not. It's the name Xanthidus, because he is going to stick around for our series. We're going to try to have him. Hopefully, we don't have to restart on another island, but if we do, Xanthidus is going to be one of our recurring ankylosaurs we'll keep naming around. So just let everything come back up. Our soreness can go really nice and low, so we're building strength up more and more. And it's basically just like last time. I want to try building, or, well, creating and crafting a bow and arrow. So all we really need for, actually, oh, digging will need level 10, so I'll have to, actually, you know what, maybe I'll see about taking the shovel and try expanding this out if I can. Well, looks like that might be an alpha male there because of the little red on him. So what we're going to do is just try to sneak. That's a little too far. Yeah, so that's a female. I think this isn't... Yeah, Okay, not an alpha male, but definitely a male, and I think the coloring on him is kind of indicative that he's still in kind of breeding mode with it being spring, so we do have to mind how close we get towards him. And I put a shovel down here somewhere. Axe, shovel. I just want to see if I can expand the lake a little bit, just so that way when summer does arrive, we have the lake as large and as far spread as we can. I don't know if we actually can expand on the lake or not. Nope, that's as far as it'll go. Okay. So that's good there. We do have some spears, and I have quite a bit of time. So maybe what we will do is try a bit of fishing. And I've had some recent comments back on the old series with a few little tips as well as tips in the loading screen. I don't think there are any nests down this way, so I think I'm okay. Yeah, we do have to mind that. Is actually, if you inspect the ocean, you can kind of see... Okay, so there's many fish here. And if you kind of follow along, you can kind of see that might change to more, less, etc. So it does say many, so let's try catching a fish if we can. We'll wait until this maybe goes up a bit and see. I want to try to aim for, again, around 10%, because it always seems to stay very low like this. Press E, check percent. Yeah, we kind of get the gist of the small little mini-game of this. I just wish it kind of started with better percentages, because 1 to 9 is not exactly a wide range for guaranteed. Nothing on the 6%. Actually seemed for a moment there like if you started a chain at a certain percent, it was getting pretty high again. Uh, 2%, 1, 2... We won't stay too long on this because I don't really think there... Unless you could maybe try baiting the water with something, I don't think you'll really have a way of improving the fishing unless you start on higher percentages to begin with. Like, shot up to 10 there for something. I don't know if fishing will actually improve if you miss with them or not. I don't know if it only counts if you catch... Oh, there we go! Okay, so we'll take this back. Hopefully the fire is still going and we can easily just cook them up. Oh! Would you look at that? Little baby Triceratops. So that must mean some of the eggs have hatched around us. Oh, and of course we are... Okay, where's that one spear? So we'll turn that. I know this isn't the biggest shelter, but this was just what I wanted to start with. Take a sharp stone, clean that. Nope. Kind of a thunderstorm passing over the island right now, so we got the fish ready there. I haven't actually seen anything carnivore-wise, like troodons or tyrannosaurs out and about. Another tip was check the energy of the trees. That'll kind of give you an idea of how many resources you can get from it. Okay, I guess we'll use 4 branches for our next fire. Actually, no, we'll slide everything over. Open up our little hut here. We'll probably make a nice bigger shelter later on, once we get ourselves a little better situated. Okay, so let's grab our best stones we've got. Start another fire so we can cook this up. I do really like that the wetness doesn't seem to affect the fire lighting chance again. That was a superb change to have brought into the game. It makes it so much easier to just try to get yourself alive and starting out. And we'll just have some water. And we'll have a little bit more. There we go. Okay. So let me check and see how fishing is right now. Yeah, digging 0, I kind of figured. So it's 66%. Actually, I don't even know. Okay, there we go. So that's at about 33% cooked. Just leave that for a little while, and then probably see what we want to do. I'd prefer not to go hunting after the baby Triceratops if I can, but it might be a really good thing to do just so that we can get ourselves started on stuff. Like, there are still some eggs here, but I don't know what kind of condition they'll be. That's one thing I noticed, is that the eggs don't really... Oh, okay, that's just the fish cooked. Let's eat that up. Is the eggs don't really give you any idea how fertile or how well they're doing. Like, they don't really have a close to hatching, etc., if they are still viable, and basically, if they're left alone, are they going to be in okay shape? Like, it says 100%, 100%, and 100%, so maybe we'll see more Triceratops in time with them? I don't know for right now. But I want to see. So we've got 2 spears, 2 axes, a shovel. Is there anything else I want to make? Torch, I don't think we need to worry about. Bandages, I don't think we need to worry about that right now. We need the pelt for that anyway. I might, you know what, maybe we'll make a leaf cape. So I can always just head out, just grab a bunch of leaves off of a tree here. 1, 2, 3... Ah, shoot. So it looks like 3 is going to be our magic number of sorts to be able to gather and then put into our hand. Oh, there was one more. There it is, just hidden underneath the icon there. And the fire is still going, so we may actually have to... And we... Okay, so that's... No, everybody stay here. I need you guys all with me still. Wind is definitely trying to take them away, though. There we go. Okay, that should keep everything, or almost everything, where we need it. Nope, more thunder. Okay, but we got the leaf cape on. That'll give us a little bit of extra insulation. Should keep us warmer. And we've got enough that we should be able to just sleep as we are and really have all of our meters go nice and up for whatever we want to do next. I do want to get the bow and arrows and quiver, because that I think is the only aspect that I really didn't do all that much in the previous series, was be able to play with that a bit more. Excellent sleep, that's good. We're getting our hunger meter nice and up because the fish we had. We might do a little more fishing, we'll see what the next day brings. And muscle soreness. Yeah, still a little, well, I shouldn't say a little high, considering I always run it seemingly up to 80%, but it's at least going down quite a bit, which is good. So, we'll just, ooh, I think there's a full moon above us tonight. So we'll get that. Okay, I know the walls aren't doing the best on some of them. Yeah, 52, 51, but I don't think we have to worry about anything kind of bumping into those unless we bring anything back. Fire, you know what, maybe we will... let's see, I don't think there's anything with this... Yeah, there's nothing under here, so let's get a few branches from here. Come on. I know the energy's low, but it should still be able to produce a few branches. There we go. Oh, I gotta zoom right in. There's that and that. Okay, there we go. Put those on the fire to keep it going. We'll take spear again and go try doing a little fishing. See if we can get lucky and get another catch. just startled a few birds out. So we may be able to get a nice chance again. We'll just wait and see. If it gets up to 5%, I think we'll try striking. It seems like whenever I suggest a number, it doesn't want to repeat that, does it? Yeah, it does not really want to be that nice with me, does it? I'm not even getting 1% now. Nothing on the 4%. That might have to just do if it ever hits 3% at this rate. So, we won't spend too much longer on this. I gotta admit, as much as it's not fun to watch, it isn't exactly exciting to also do, but there are some things you just gotta try your hand at and see if you get lucky. Might even be better if we just, every time we see 1%, we try. Who knows, maybe we'll be the lucky 1%. So far, we've basically been at that, because we've gotten fish on, what was the last one, just 4% chance and it said we'd gotten? Well, there's fishing up, so maybe... I don't know how many kind of skill levels you need to get up before you start noticing real change to your skills. I know crafting and building, you see it with level 20. I think you kind of unlock everything across both. Or unlock all recipes across both of those little divisions. Digging, if you get up to level 10, actually, you start at level 10 as your base skill, unless you change it like I did. Oh, nothing on the 7%. Nothing there. Oh, first 10% we spotted in quite a while, so... Sun's coming up. I don't know if that'll really change anything for this. Probably not. Nope, missed the 7. Yeah, we'll try one more strike after this and then head back and figure out what we're going to try to do. Yeah, didn't think so. Okay. So let's head back. Maybe... You know what, let's try seeing if we can get a coconut. Nope, nothing in the coconut tree. So maybe those only come a certain time of year. Let me try for a berry instead. There we go. I don't know. We'll stick with just the one, because we're not too badly off for calories. And you know what? Let me take a second spear. I don't know. We'll stick to the one spear we got right now. Because that's still got an okay condition to it. Maybe we'll take an axe with us. And let's see. Day 7. So we'll get a drink and look around a little more. I don't really think there's all that much around us right now, because Triceratops were the only things I noticed. And so far... Yeah, that was a nest that I kind of ate everything in. Well, there are still some Triceratops around, and some nests with eggs, so... Yeah, maybe what I'll do, because there is a nest over here still. And it does still have 3. Maybe we'll try going south a little ways. Actually, we'll do that next episode. As much as I want to keep going, I also do want to make sure the episodes don't get too long. Because that's one thing, last week actually not even last week, just yesterday, because of how it went, I had the half-hour episode that ended up with our failure, so we'll take what little strides we can to make progress. Once again, this is the 5th time that we finally got ourselves a start, and I don't want to lose it so quickly. In the meantime, though, thank you all very much for joining me on another episode of Dinosystem. With this being one of our staple series, expect it to be along for quite a while as we wait on more updates and just enjoy what we've gotten with the last one. So, until I see you survivors again, please remember, as always, to take care and stay alive.